Hello. Today, I'm going to go over the nation's top 10 strongest housing market, as well as the top 10 most challenging market. And I'm going to use a new website, Resi Club. Resi Club is an up and coming resource that talks about all aspects of the housing market. So I'm very glad to report that this particular news source is really very interesting. So without further ado, let me share my screen and let's go over it. The 10 strongest and 10 weakest housing markets this spring. Now, before I begin, I just want to reiterate that I've been doing real estate consulting for the past 20 years, and I have investment properties across the US, and we have entered and exited many housing markets over the years. We chase the best housing market for our several thousand investors all across the nation, but most of them are in California. That's where I live in San Francisco Bay Area for many years. Thousands of our members, our investors, free members, they follow through our guidance and consulting to buy the best casual markets in various areas throughout the country. So I have a good understanding of a high level of all the markets in the country, what is good, what is bad, what's the best market to buy for real estate investors. But I'm just talking in general right now, and I'm going to go through this source, and I'm going to give you my opinion whether this information are credible, not credible, and what have you said. And then at the end of the day, you will get educated, you will get informed, and you will form your own opinion about what you think. And I'd like you to share, comment below as well, what you take away from this particular presentation of mine. All right. Again, I can only go by experience. And anytime I go over a new source, it's just, I have to express my strong opinion because oftentimes a lot of these information are clickbait or negative headlines. I'm being very transparent and all that. I do have strong opinion because I've been doing it for a long time. And without further ado, let's go for it. Red Club. This organization is up and coming. It is co-owned by Lance Lambert. I think he's a millennial. I'm very impressed with his data, with his website. Anyway, Ready Club, so keep that in mind. I'm going to quote his resource on a weekly basis on the site. He'll give you more informed, not only as a living investor, but as a primary home buyer as well. But yeah, anyway, very fun stuff. So his current using his source is using the zero value index between the March 2024 and April 2024. I know it's a month by month basis. Look, the way I look at things, here's the way I look at things in that any kind of, here's my takeaway on anything, any kind of short trend, a narrow trend comparing month to month or even the last few years don't draw any conclusions because you have to let the data ride out over longer term in order to draw any conclusions. So many people, for whatever reason, they draw a lot of conclusions based on short-term data. Just be careful about that, all right? Let me go over these are top 10 housing markets saw the strongest month-over-month appreciation. That is San Jose at 2.94%, Rochester, New York at 2.48%. It's a very slight growth in appreciation, okay? San Francisco, where I live for the past 33 years in the Bay Area, and Scranton, Pennsylvania, Green Bay, Syracuse, New York, Youngstown, Ohio, Champaign, Illinois, Saginaw, Michigan, and Rockford, Illinois. Kind of tells me, with the exception of the Bay Area, these top 10 housing strongest month-to-month growth are pretty much in the Midwest market, which is a Midwest market is a very inexpensive, is a very stable market. And the housing prices are very inexpensive, very cheap, if you will. So there's a lot of room to grow quite easily. Anyway, then the 10 housing markets that saw the weakest month-over-month appreciation is in Florida. Okay, look, I have myself and hundreds of our investors over the years have invested in Florida as an investor, mom and pop investor, and we will still have properties to promote in these areas. Suffice to say, I own property in Florida for many years, cash flow rental houses for many years. And although I'm not an expert on the ground, because our team on the ground all over Florida and other markets in the country, they have a pulse of the local market. I only have a high level understanding of the various markets, and Florida are no exception. Again, don't draw any conclusion, but on this short-term volatility, just a warning, a word of caution. So with that said, again, the 10 housing market with the weakest month-to-month appreciation, March and April 2024, is Punta Gorda, Panama City is in the Gulf Coast, Florida, way up north, west. Northport, Cape Coral, Naples are located in the Southwest Florida region, okay? And Port St. Lucie are in the upper north, in the middle of the Atlantic coast of Florida. Crestview is in the Panhandle, again, is in the way up in the corner of the northwest of Florida. And Ocala, which is interesting, I have a property there in Ocala. We do very well. And Lakeland is in Central Florida also. Deltona is on the eastern side of the northeastern side. So again, very slight short-term volatility, and let's explain. So it says a lack of appreciation during the strong seasonal window suggests that markets like Punta Gorda, Northport, and Cape Coral in Southwest Florida could be at risk of mild home price declines. Okay, what that means, mild, few percentage point decrease, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5%. I wouldn't go as far as a correction, or by no means how a crash is really not even suggest anything remotely close to a housing crash. It takes a lot more data than I'm sharing with you today to indicate a trend of a housing crash, and many other reasons which I will discuss throughout my weekly video broadcast. So again, month to month shift in home prices for March and April of this year. Again, it shows the strongest part is in the Bay Area, San Francisco, and then Florida and Midwest. Again, is a strong growth, appreciation month over month. Okay, in Florida and most of the other areas of the U.S., south and southeast, and part of in the Sun Belt, if you will, the western portion of the U.S. have some moderate stabilization growth. So I highlighted this next sentence. The strongest housing market this year are pockets of the Midwest and Northeast, where active inventory for sale remains far below pre-pandemic levels. Okay, understandable. And housing markets in San Francisco, in San Jose, where I live currently, where the artificial intelligence stock boom is spilling over into the housing market. It remains to be seen. The AI space is slowly coming into fruition in the Silicon Valley. So we need to be seeing how I'm on the epicenter of the Silicon Valley, and I have relatives who are in the high-tech space startup, and they feed me information about what's going on in Silicon Valley. So they're including the artificial intelligence explosion, and I will relay the message to you guys in the future videos about how it's going to affect in the Bay Area with the AI boom, how it's going to affect the housing market, not only in the Bay Area, but in other areas of the country as well, on our future educational podcast. All right, so let's talk more about the inventory. Let's talk about the inventory in particular Southwest Florida. I think over here, yeah, on Southwest Florida, here's the inventory levels. Okay, and during the housing boom of 2021 and the first half of 2022, we have seen very low level of inventory. Oh no, this is nationwide, by the way. No, this is not house. This is April, from April 17 to April 24. We're talking 7-year trend, which is good, because when I go over the Redfin only have a 4-year trend from 2021 to 2024. But whereas Resi Club, they go over more, which I like, more like a 7-year data on this active inventory. So this is nationwide. So during the pre-pandemic, which is right here, prior to 2020, there were almost 1 million single-family homes available in inventory, supply inventory. And back in 2019, there were 1.1, 2018, 1.1, and 2017, 1.2. So pre-pandemic, this is a normal inventory years whereby the supply or inventory pretty much equal the demand. So we're talking like 5 to 6 months of supply inventory normally. It's a balanced market. So pre-pandemic, in this from 2017 to 2020, that's what we have. So this is the normal market, okay? A very stabilized market, okay? Not a correction, not a housing crash, nothing like that. On this 2017 to 2020. Then, of course, the pandemic, we've seen some extreme mortgage rate, historical rate reduction, created a freezing, amazing housing frenzy. So homes are being just bought out amazingly fast, right? So there's a tremendous amount of low inventory in the 2021, part of 2022. See right here, 435,000 inventory in 21, and they will scoop up very quickly. And first half of April 22, also the lowest historical interest rate ever, 380 inventory nationwide. But then when the mortgage rate skyrocketed for the second half of 2022, right? And then the inventory also spiked as a result. And then 2023, we still have elevated mortgage rates. Therefore, inventory spike up as a result of demand subsiding. So we have a little bit more than 500,000 inventory nationwide. Now, toward the first half of 2024, how time flies as we speak right now, we're already in May. We have seen the increase from 2024 of around 35% inventory increase between 563K in last year and this year over year now is 734,000. Now, just because there were about 20 to 25 to 35 supply of houses increase year over year from last year to 734,000, like a lot of people are thinking, wow, the supply inventory is ramping up. That means we're going to have a buyer's market. That means the housing price is going to go down. No, that's not the case, because the 734,000 still are around a little bit more than 30% below the normal inventory, below the pre-pandemic level of at least 1 million. Does it make sense? 734 for 1 million? We are still below the normal balanced market. So this is still a seller's market. So we need to be seeing, look, right now, we are the spring seller's market. We expect more transactions to occur during every spring. So it's all about seasonality. Seasonality, you're supposed to have a lot of inventory that will houses are being transacted every single year, at least like this. All right. So this is I expected it. So some people think, the spike of supply inventory going to crash the market and housing prices going to go down. No, we are still seeing like around 3.2%, 3.2 months supply inventory, which is still a seller's market, because 4 to 6 months is a balanced market. So we have not reached 4 to 6 months yet nationwide in terms of supply versus demand. Economics 101. All right. So here's one more thing. Let's getting back to Florida. I know a lot of people are just picking on Florida about any kind of sensational negative headlines appear out there. People always jump on it and people draw a conclusion, doom and gloom, the world coming to an end, there will be a crash, whatever. Hold your horses, right? Let's go over the data way beyond any initial negative headlines about anything. So here's the sentence which I highlighted in yellow, which I feel I want to emphasize this particular article. It says right here, following the collapse of the Surfside building in Miami, remember, where back 3 years ago, the Surfside building collapsed, which resulted in 98 fatalities. Florida enacted a new structural safety law that is now significantly impacting property owners. In addition to skyrocketing insurance rates, some Florida condo owners are facing substantial special assessments. South Florida markets, particularly Punta Gorda, have additionally been affected by the aftermath of the Hurricane Ian in September 2022. These factors have increased the supply of damaged homes on the market, put upward pressure on the home insurance premiums and slow migration to the area. All right. So my takeaway from this paragraph, now again, don't jump into conclusion. My takeaway from this paragraph and overall this article, this resource, is that Florida is going to do some little bit of a correction, especially Southwest Florida. And the supplier inventory is around 5 months. So we're seeing a balanced market. It's not a seller's market. It's not a buyer's market. Yes. Now those insurance issues only applies to those insurance skyrocket insurance only apply to older condos that are 3 floors or higher. Older means they're built like 40, 50 years ago. Okay. And also the insurance, skyrocket insurance costs in Florida, not just in Florida, it's happening on many coastal areas in the country as well, including California, where insurance companies are exiting from these markets. So understandable, but again, all the homes are subject to, they have not met the safety codes. So if you are, a lot of people don't talk about it because, especially in Florida, if the location in Florida, deep in the inland, like in Central Florida, away from the hurricane, and those newer homes they are built within the hurricane code. So their insurance rates are very normal. So again, don't get fooled by all this kind of sensational headline about Florida's crashing, insurance, HOAs, all these kind of things. So it all depends on the type of home, how new are they, where is the location, how old, and whether it is a condo. Is a condo more than three levels high, they require special compliance in terms of issues and building code and all that. Anyway, so let me go to one more thing here. Let's go over a limited inventory listing in Cape Coral. Let's see whether there are any price declines. But there are some reduction in prices, which is to be expected in many markets. So let's go over. Cape Coral is Southwest Florida is a very attractive place. A lot of people are moving there. Yes, some slight correction. Look at this Cape Coral house worth $4 million. I don't see any price reduction here. So home prices in Southwest Florida, there are a lot of people, a lot of money are moving to Southwest Florida, especially in Naples. Naples is like a multi-millionaire houses in neighboring Naples in Southwest Florida. This home is the cookie cutter house. If there are any kind of price reductions, it could be mentioned here. So let's go down this small sample size based on today's listings in Cape Coral. Again, these houses right here, nothing seems out of place. There's no reduction. There's a reduction here. This particular home was listed at $378,000. It was reduced from $395,000. So we're talking like 1 to 2% reduction, price reduction. So nothing out of the ordinary happens in many places in the US. This particular house is less than $309,000. It was at $319,000. So we're talking like 3% reduction in price. Okay. Over here from $439,000 to $429,000. Again, these are few percentage point in reduction in price. For this one, from $849,000 to $819,000. So we're talking again, 3 to 4%. So in a range, price reduction, nothing to be concerned about, I don't think. The higher price point, of course, the percentage of reduction of price decrease are more substantial or more significant. So it was reduced from $624,000 to $575,000. Over here, we're talking around 5% price reduction. A lot of people have it is, a lot of sellers, they over list their price. Here, $374,000, $362,000, a slight reduction. All right. So yeah, just a small sample size as to what's going on. Anyway, so again, the recap here is that the weaker housing market, a lot of them in Florida, for the reason I just stated, is a slight reduction in value. So it's not, I wouldn't draw any kind of conclusion as of yet. Right now, this is the spring buying season, which is usually there's a lot of activity. So the recap is we're just going to have to monitor this kind of data, short-term data or weekly. People can interpret this kind of short-term data any way they want it. And especially the crash bros, the crash porn people, they always manipulate the data in a way to show that they want subscribers, right? They want views, those crash flows, and they use any unethical means and that data necessary to manipulate the data and show that the certain markets is really doing worse than it's actually supposed to. Anyway, so hope you got out of this information out of this. And again, I'm talking by experience, and I have a lot of experience over the years, in not only in Florida, but many good entry level markets in Florida, Texas, and Alabama, and South and Southeast, and the Midwest. I'm very well versed in it because we have investors enter and exit these markets over many years of my career. Hope you receive a lot. If you receive any kind of value from this video, please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And also, if you have not already done so, put your email or my subscription on my website so you could receive a free email, investing information free into your email inbox every single week. So you become a more like informed investor. Yeah, and what have you. All right. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Have a nice day. Bye bye.